Hello and welcome once again to Pro Football. This week we journey out to Princes Park, where home tenants Carlton play host to Richmond. So much has been said about Carlton's disappointing performance against Hawthorn last week, considering that they had the bulk of their new and many consider prized recruits in the team. Disappointment for Richmond. They went into this game without their skipper, without their general, Mark Lee. What difference would it make? Only time will tell. Let's now join our commentators and the crowd out at Princes Park. And incidentally, our commentators, 302-game veteran of Hawthorn, Don Scott, and Don is joined by Ray White.
The game from Princes Park between Carlton and Richmond. Umpires in charge, Peter Howell and Mark Westgarth. Peter Howell first umpired 1977, been a consistent umpire for 62 games. Mark Westgarth, on the other hand, first game 1982, he had 2 finals games and has been in charge in 15 VFL Day games. And welcome, Ray White.
Thanks, Don Scott.
And to start the game, Carlton kicking to the scoreboard end, Richmond kicking to the social club end. Corkamelius gets the ball out quickly, out towards the half-forward flank. Coming through Kernahan, a handball across to Dorotich. Dorotich, another one across to Robertson. Back to Williams. Williams, high to Kernahan. Kernahan, centre half-forward, coming through strongly McClure. Across to Brad Shine. Carlton running the ball well. Robertson chips towards goal, and what's he done? He's offline, a little inaccurate, Shane Robertson. So Carlton first to score. Kicked off quickly by Lockman. Lockman, 27, formerly from South Adelaide, having a stint in Western Australia. And Richmond clear the ball to the centre wing, and the ball will go over the line and out of bounds on centre wing.
Okay, Justin Madden and Craig Stewart for the throw-in. Stewart pushing, Madden gets the hit out, comes to the ground. Carlton can't control the ball. Players stack on the mill, taken away by Richmond, down to their half-forward line. Players setting themselves, Waitman, he can't now, it's picked up by the Richmond player down the forward line, finding Richmond on his own. It's McElrea has a shot for goal, looking for Roach and Dool, but it'll go over the line and out of bounds in the forward pocket. Don, I noticed Kernahan is in the ruck, did you, or on the half-forward line, or didn't start at full forward as named? Did you note that?
No, well, a lot of players do that, or teams name their teams differently, and Kernahan is the centre half-forward as Madden goes up high, gets it across to Meldrum. Meldrum playing defensive football, brings it around, and I think there's a free kick. The elbow was raised, but the umpire playing the advantage. Goes to Bradley, 21, the former Port Adelaide player, in turn going down to the wing, coming through strongly there. It's a Richmond player who gets his handball across to Rawlings. Rawlings chipped the ball in and finds Anir in the centre of the ground.
John Anir takes the ball on the left foot over the half-forward flank, and it looks like a mark there to Richmond. It's James. And I'd say you'll find that, no, Dorotich just keeping him from running off. He pops it over to Barry Rawlings, and Rawlings sends it down to the forward line. Roach and Dool. Good mark, Michael Roach. Yes, he'll pay Michael Roach in front of Bruce Dool. And he's about 25 yards out, right in front of the Carlton Social Club.
Well, that was a strong mark by Roach. He was under pressure from Dool, and Dool made him earn that kick. And Roach, a big fellow, 6'4", very manoeuvrable, can play in the ruck, and was a sensational full forward a couple of years ago.
Do you think he could be just a little bit too good in the air and too strong for Bruce Dool?
Well,
Don?
we could wait and see. And Roach lines up. And there's the first goal of the game, and that's going to Richmond. Roach's first goal, and Richmond take the lead at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter.
All right, first goal for Richmond. There's 6 points to Carlton 1 at the 4-minute mark here at Princes Park.
On the interchange bench we have for Carlton, Motley and Fraser Murphy. I think it's Landy and McCormack for Richmond, Ray.
Thanks, Don. As the umpire, McElrea sends them away, and it's Madden gets the hit out, but taken by Roberts. Down to the forward line with Meldrum, and that would be Waitman. Good play from Paul Meldrum. Trapped well tackled there by the Richmond player. But Meldrum playing it on, gets it away, but I think the umpire is going to play a free kick.
Well, that was
Paul
tremendous
Meldrum.
play by Waitman. He laid 2 tackles and he gave away the last one, but that's a real captain's effort, and if the other players can follow that lead, that's really good stuff. It goes unnoticed, but to those who know a little bit about football, tackling is an important part.
Justin Madden couldn't take the mark. It comes to the ground. It's taken away by Egan. Egan handballs it over to his Richmond teammate. I think that's Michael Roberts, but it beats the ball over the line and out of bounds on the centre wing. Well, players settling down, Don, getting accustomed to one another at the moment as Madden and Stewart. Madden again gets the head out. Players will stack on the mill. I think there will be a free kick to Richmond or Carlton. And Don, can you pick that player up?
Corkamillis.
Right. Spiro Corkamillis to the centre half forward line, and a nice mark by Terry Smith. He handballs it on to Waitman, looking for 35, and it's a good mark there to Richmond. McElwraith it is.
No, Michael Pickering at centre half
Michael
forward.
Pickering. Sorry, Don.
Now Pickering, oh, there's something on behind play. Stephen James went down, and he's getting stuck into Dorotich. So obviously Dorotich laid one on him as he ran through. I'm just waiting, the umpire is separating. Obviously no umpire saw the report. James, number 40, Dorotich, number 6, second game, originally from South Fremantle. The big centre half back playing on Trevor Poole. The Richmond still have the free kick. Oh, actually the mark, and that's to Michael Pickering. Ryan Burke on the mark. Now Pickering within kicking distance. Floats a high one into the forward pocket. Over the back is Madden, but the umpire says play on. And the ball will be pushed over the boundary line. Left forward pocket, Richmond attacking in. Richmond kicking to the Robert Heatley stand end. The breeze not a factor at the moment, although it is blowing to the scoreboard end. The stands up this particular end do cut a lot of the breeze off. Madden down to Meldrum. Meldrum in turn clears defensively around the flank. Carlton player gave his Richmond opponent a nudge out, but the umpire said play on. Gets it quickly across to Shine. Shine going in towards the centre, and they're well kicked off the ground. And in front of Kernahan is Manton. Good tackle.
In the back.
No, the umpire said it wasn't a good tackle, in the back, and it'll be taken by John Manton on the centre wing for Richmond.
Manton shoots a little pass over to his Richmond teammate. Couldn't bend down, the Richmond fellow then, Thornton. It comes out to Pickering, and he shoots it up to the forward line, but Carlton players all over the place, and Justin Madden, no, he's not paying that to the umpire, as Elvin takes the ball away. Well, that should be a free kick to Trevor Poole, I'd say there, Don.
Well, the Carlton players certainly taking it up at this stage. Richmond are playing the ball, and they're being rewarded, and it's an interesting contest at the moment. Years ago, Richmond used to hand it out to Carlton because Carlton were very susceptible in that department. As Poole goes high into centre half forward, Madden coming to fly. He's done that on a number of occasions, hasn't brought the ball to the ground. Meldrum relieves the pressure, a high kick to the centre wing. In front, McLean over the back, Kernahan. Good mark, Stephen Kernahan. A little bit of pressure from John Mann. He'll be paid the penalty man. One umpire said 15 metres as Kernahan plays on. The other said no. The ball going to centre half forward. Shot out by Richmond across to, Palm it was. And the ball will be thrown up right on the edge of the square in Carlton's attacking zone. Centre half forward, Carlton kicking to the scoreboard end.
Well, 7-minute mark, 8-minute mark, and Richmond 6th. Leading Carlton 1 as the ball goes up. Stewart flicks it over the back. Coming out is Craig Bradley. Chipping with him is Francis. Francis does trap the ball. Can't get it out to his teammate. Sees a little bit of... they're falling on top of one another there as Phil Egan couldn't hold the ball. Okay, back to the umpire. They're having a little bit of a discussion again, all the players, just to...
Well, this is a new thing that's crept in. It's called the football waltz, right?
Yes. Probably getting to know one another, Don, because they don't know one another.
It started from fisticuffs, but now players with the 4 umpires on the ground, they are a little worried if they let one go, and so all they do now is push and shove. As the ball comes out quickly from Blackwell into centre half forward, and coming through strongly is Lockman. Handball's out, and players throwing themselves in, and no one can get away as Kernahan tries a hand pass. And I think the umpire's just breaking this one up with a free kick. Umpires tend to do this where there is a melee or a congestion of players. They'll pick an easy free in order to break up play. Now Shine, number 10, half-forward flank for Carlton. Goes in towards goal. He's inaccurate. And the ball, just wait, has been punched over the boundary line. Left forward pocket, Carlton's attacking zone.
Right, ball thrown in. Players setting themselves. Off goes Kernahan, flicks it over the back. Ashman, play on. Oh, gee, they've met hard then. Bradley, play. Craig Bradley, good play. Up to the forward line, punched away by the Richmond backman, but taken by Mark McClure, the captain. Has a shot for goal. It's going to go off the line and will be out of bounds on the full in the Carlton forward line. Well, Don, the wind upsetting the game at the moment?
Well, it is. On that kick, Ray, there was a high ball from McClure, went up high, and it was floated off the goal line. It was on line for a goal, but did float across the boundary line to be thrown, or to have the kick.
Okay, the kick's been taken by Bradshine, and I think you'll find the umpire will have to bring it back. We'll bring it back for a ball up.
Richmond really attacking Carlton with a lot of body. You know, obviously Tony Jewell remembers the days that they used to do it. Jewell was a player in their very successful era, and they always found that Carlton was susceptible, and obviously Jewell has used that tactic again. Okay, the ball back in and taken away by Dale Waitman down to the half-forward line, taken there by Stewart. Hand passes over to his teammate, and that Richmond player. Looks like Anea. John Anea down there looking for his teammate in the forward line. It's Pickering, but yes, I think you'll find Pickering will get a free kick. Meldrum not happy with that, but well, I think you'll find that he was held then and will be a free kick. Michael Pickering could be about 35 to 40 metres out on an angle. Rowan Burke on the mark as he comes in. Has a shot. Oh, it's a lovely goal. Very good goal. And Richmond, 2 goals, 12 points. And Carlton, 1 point. Well, Richmond really do want the ball at the moment, and Pickering was first onto that ball, and Meldrum did give away the free kick. And it's evident right from this start of this game. It is a physical, started off rather physical. Richmond really do want the ball. They're putting themselves in. They're taking the risk. The umpires are paying the fellow going for the ball. As we're back in the centre, Stewart to do the ruck work with Madden. Shine gets a hit out. Going to no one in particular. Robertson, a quick kick down to full forward position. Leading there is Kenny, and Kenny sock it off the ground. Well done, Peter Kenny, as he registers Carlton's first goal. Carlton, however, trailing Richmond. Richmond 2 straight goals, 12. Carlton 1-1-7. Okay, 12 minutes have elapsed in the first quarter, and a 5-point advantage to the Tigers, as both sides settling down now as Madden and Stewart, as they come in for, it will be umpire Peter Howe. Bounce the ball. Stewart, I think you'll find the eye off the ball, yeah. Stewart. Free to Madden. Madden's into his Richmond opponent, and the Tigers go down the forward. Roach and Dool one out. Michael Roach can't handle it. It's taken away from Carlton by Burke. Burke tries, trapped in there by the Carlton player who was Shane Robinson. Taken once again by James. James sends it up the forward line, but Rowan Burke, a good mark in the back line, and Burke will relieve the pressure for the Blues. Good mark by Burke, a strong mark in front of his Richmond opponent. Burke going towards the centre. McClure over the back, punches the ball down. Well done, Mark McClure. Well followed up by Williams as he breaks through the centre. One bounce, loses possession of the ball. Bradley quickly onto it. Can't get his kick as he's thrown off the ball. Picked up by Roberts. Roberts, the left footer, going out wide, and who's he found? It's Pickering. And Pickering by himself in front of Peter Dean, half-forward flank. Richmond controlling the game at the moment. He dummies and then goes into the forward pocket, looking for nobody in particular. And the ball will be taken over the boundary line by Rowan Burke to be thrown in on the left forward pocket. Richmond's kicking or attacking zone. Okay, the boundary umpire throwing it in. Stewart and Madden. Madden gets the hit out. It's taken away by Roach. Roach has a flick at it. Over to Dale. No, it's over to, that would be David Palm. And David Palm was named in the back pocket, but it looks like he could be on the ball as Tommy Elvin sends Carlton back to the half-back line. Justin Madden
couldn't hold that. Stewart flicks it over. Coming in nicely is the Richmond player, Egan. Flicks it over to his teammate, looking for, and he's found Palm, and he's going to play it in front of Paul Meldrum.
Well, it looked as if Palm then did take it on the half volley. We heard the crowd, and the umpire is in the right position to pay the mark. Meldrum on the mark, and Palm within kicking distance, and goals have been kicked from this position before. Palm on his way. We'll just wait on the umpire, and he's registered another one for Richmond. So Richmond kicking very accurately at this stage. Richmond 3 straight goals, 18. Carlton 1-1-7.
Well, those 3 goals from the Tigers have come from Roach 1, Pickering 1 and Palm 1. And the goal kicker so far for Carlton has been Kenny. As the ball's back in the centre, Madden and Stewart. No advantage there. Roberts tries to tuck in Waitman, and I think you'll find that it's
Waitman playing a good captain's game at the moment as he gets the ball from underneath that pack and awarded the free kick. Goes wide to the half-forward flank. Poole, the boy from Speed, follows up. A tackle on Ashman. The umpire says play on. Very, very lucky. Pickering wandering all around the forward line. Chips a little one into a near. Can't take the mark. He should have taken that John O'Near. And the players throw themselves in, and the umpire will have to come in and ball it up, which he will do. Number of easy mistakes there, and he should have taken that mark. You don't get those opportunities too often. Madden, the big fellow, gets into the back of Roach. In turn, gets it out to Ashman. Ashman defending around the and backing back strongly is Craig Stewart. Throwing himself in there is Waitman again. Well done, Dale Waitman. You're certainly showing the way, and I hope the bigger fellows take a leaf out of his book.
Well, Richmond taking the game up to Carlton Don at the moment. There's Justin Madden. I think you'll find, no, he's going to play holding the ball. Well, the Carlton crowd not very happy with that decision, but Robinson may have been a bit unlucky then, I felt, Don.
Well, that was a perfect tackle, and the umpires are paying them as Francis goes in towards centre half forward. Over the back, Pickering. Well done, Michael Pickering. He looks quickly onto his right left foot. And who's he found? Number 37, taking a good mark in front of the pack. Ron Thornton. And Thornton, only a young fellow. This is his second game, originally from Brunswick, trained out at Hawthorn. His name was mentioned at Collingwood, but Richmond have secured his services. Now Thornton lining up. Well within kicking distance. We'll just wait on the accuracy. Yes, and Richmond are kicking very, very accurately. Richmond now go on to 4 straight goals, 24. Carlton 1-1-7. The last one coming from Ron Thornton. 15 metres out, directly in front.
Well, Don, what would you do now if you're Carlton? It's only early days, but the Tigers have got the initiative at the moment.
Well, they're attacking the ball, Ray, and really you can't do much when a team's attacking the ball. I'd be sending it at quarter time if the game doesn't slip away. I'd be telling them to throw themselves in a little bit more often, as they've got the ascendancy from Madness. He's been giving them first use of the ball. Across to Elvin. Number 31, made famous by Barassi, both at Melbourne and Carlton. The ball going high, picked up by Williams, and what's he done with it? The ball dribbles across the face of goal. Another point, so Carlton 1-2-8. Richmond, however, in command. 4 straight goals, 24 at the 18-minute mark of the first quarter.
Okay, the ball coming down the flank by the Tigers. And it's across to Pickering again with Dean. Dean recovers. Left hand pass over to Madden. Madden gets around, but just nearly caught by Waitman. Into the centre with Rawlings and Ashman. Roberts, and I think you'll find he'll pay Rod Ashman, the Carlton Rover. Well, coming up to the 18-minute mark, and the Tigers are holding a 16-point advantage as Ashman sending the ball down to the forward line. Kernahan behind the play. Richmond get it away. It hits the ground. Coming across for Carlton would be, McClure couldn't trap it. But Michael Roberts, who's playing a good game, over to Craig Stewart. Madden with him. Madden gets good play.
Well done, Justin Madden.
Good play. Ashman trapped beautifully by Rawlings. and taken away by Philip Egan. Egan down to Pickering. Dean misses it. Dool comes in, but the Tigers are right here as Richmond have a shot for goal, but going across in front of the goal where Elvin chases the ball to the pocket, recovers. Oh, trapped nicely there by Palm. He takes it away. Carlton can't get it. Players all over it. Meldrum, Elvin, bad hand pass. Ania's got Roberts if he wants him in the centre. He finds his teammate in Thornton. He can't favour it. Back to the Tigers, to James. James turns on the left foot and has a shot for goal. And he's put it through. Good football, James. And the Tigers are alight here at Princes Park.
Well, that's Stephen James's first goal of the game, and Richmond 5 straight goals, 30. Carlton 1-8, 1-2-8 at the 20-minute mark of the first quarter. And the goal kicker so far, Palm 1, Roach, Pickering, Thornton and James all have 1 goal, and Peter Kenny the only goal kicker for Carlton. Now to do battle, Madden and Stewart. Madden has had a lot of the play at this moment. Stewart jumped into him and the ball really went to nobody, but the umpires picked out a free kick and it's going to Rawlings. The veteran, 22, kicks into centre half forward. Dorotich underneath, setting himself and flying high. Pickering. Carlton clear the ball well. Meldrum across to Blackwell. Blackwell number 8 has plenty of time as he delivers the ball down to Kernahan, and a strong mark centre side of centre half forward. Kernahan looking for nobody in particular, goes out wide, indirect play across to Mark Williams on the half forward flank. Ian Turner, quick handball across to Robertson. Robertson, a high ball looking for Murphy, has just come on. The ball comes to the ground. Lockman tries to get his kick. Murphy throws himself, but there's Roberts putting himself across the ball. Very unlucky not to get the free kick, and the umpire coming in to break up play. Half forward flank right, left half forward flank. Carlton kicking to the scoreboard zone. Ashman, strong tackle across to Rawlings. Rawlings relieves the pressure for Richmond as he goes up centre half forward, but Dorotich, the big Western Australian, a hand pass across to Madden. Madden, a further one across, and well smothered there by Francis. And picked up by James. James in turn to hand finds Peter Dean in front, despite the opposition from Michael Pickering. Held the mark. Now Peter Dean receiving a 15-minute penalty, going into centre half forward. They're trying to move the ball quickly as he looks for Mark McClure. McClure over the back. Intelligent play, taps it on. There's stacks on the mill, and the players really throwing themselves in at this moment.
Okay, the Blues through Mark Williams. Just over the centre, down to the forward line. A short pass, and he has found Peter Kenny leading out. Well, Don, Carlton seem to be behind all the time. Richmond seem to be in front.
Well, they're not going for the ball. They really don't want the ball. Richmond have got players where the action is, and they're running at the ball in 2s and 3s as Peter Kenny lines up. Just wait on the umpire. No. Peter Kenny, again inaccurate, although he's kicked 1 goal. Inaccurate on that occasion, so Carlton move a point closer, 1-3-9. Richmond, however, holding the lead, 5 straight goals, 30 points at the 22-minute mark of the first quarter.
Okay, Blackwell can't get it. It goes to Kenny. McClure shoots it up there. I'd say looking for Kernahan, is it? Yes, Kernahan chipping in. Fraser Murphy has a chip. It's punched to taken away by Richmond. Carlton again through the agency of Rodney Ashman, and Ashman puts the goal through for the Blues. A very, very well-needed one for the Carlton side, Don.
It was, and actually they were very unlucky had they not got that goal, because the umpire awarded a free kick to Fraser Murphy, then played the advantage. The ball was fumbled and Ashman made amends, and I thought that was justice because the umpire made a mistake. He shouldn't have played the advantage. He should have brought the ball back and given it to Fraser Murphy to kick, but Ashman made amends, and Ashman registers his first goal, and Carlton are 2. So Carlton 2-3-15, Richmond 5 straight goals, 30. Back in the centre, Madden. Another hit out to Madden. And Madden certainly holding sway in the centre bounces there. Stewart has jumped into him on a couple of occasions, nullifying him, bringing the ball to the ground. But there is an obvious height advantage. Madden not holding his marks around the ground, so his good play in the centre is being let down around the ground by the fact he's not holding marks. Blackwell playing on quickly to the running Elvin. Elvin, a nice ball to the half-forward flank, looking for Williams, but over his head, and the Richmond players clear back to the centre wing. Over the back, a good mark to Road. Peter Road from Bendigo area. However, should have just slowed down a bit as Waitman got it across. So 39 for Richmond is Craig Smith, another young fellow. Craig Smith from Lelbert. Lelbert up near Swan Hill. And a player with a lot of potential. Ball to be thrown in centre wing. Kernahan doing it with Manton. Manton over the back. Ashman throwing himself down as he normally does over the ball. Richmond with a series of hand passes, get it out wide. Oh, and there's a strong tackle. That'll be against, no. I thought it'd be against Madden for around the neck on Waitman. You can see the height difference there, and I thought it was an obvious around the neck decision, but the umpire said no. Well done, Justin Madden. Justin Madden going long into centre half forward. Kernahan behind Manton. The ball comes to ground. Players throw themselves on top, and this is characteristic of the game at the moment. Richmond are really hungry for that ball.
Right, coming up to time on, Don. As Roach, and the goal kickers for Richmond. Roach 1, Pickering, Palm, Thornton and James. And for the Blues, Kenny and Ashman. As the ball comes out to the forward line, is taken away nicely by Thornton. Gets it down to his teammate, and will be out of bounds on the full. Kick getters at the moment, top kick getters at the moment. Pickering's had 5, James 4, Rollings 4. And for Carlton, Meldrum has had 3 and Rodney Ashman 4. As we find Rod Ashman having a shot down to the forward line, a long kick. Madden setting back, but just couldn't get it, and it is 1 point to the Blues. And the score is Richmond 5 goals straight, 30 points. Carlton 2-4, 16, a 14-point advantage. As the ball comes back out, players set themselves. The Tigers can't get advantage. It's taken away by Lockman. Down to the half-forward line where you got a 2-out duel with James and Burke. Carlton recover better through Burke, and Burke a good play. Balks his opponent out looking for Ashman. Meldrum's got to come through now. He's got the advantage. He goes round his Richmond opponent down to the forward line. Falling back on it is the Carlton player, and a great mark by Mark Williams. That's Mark Williams.
Oh, Kernahan looks as if he's hurt.
Well, I think Williams has got the mark, I think, Don, isn't it?
Well, that was tremendous courage by Williams, and that's an object lesson to a lot of young footballers and a lot of senior football. Takes a lot of courage to run back with your eye on the ball. As the ball is thrown in, Lockman clears the ball, but good pressure there from the Carlton forwards, and again, another lesson. Forwards must work hard, and they've got the advantage of the ball being thrown in or being kicked in right forward pocket. Now Carlton, through Peter Road, have got to score, and obviously they'd like to score a major because they're leading at the moment. The ball floating across. Madden, has he taken it? No, the umpire says play on.
Well, he's not playing. That's the second mark just down there, Don. He hasn't paid. McClure has a chip shot for the goal and will go out of bounds on the full. Well, I thought that was a mark before to Williams, and that's the second mark in a row that wasn't paid. As it will be...
Manton.
Yes, Manton to send the Richmond side out. Up there is Pickering. He can't take it. It comes out to the ground. Good play there by Terry Smith. I think you'll find he's been caught, though. And a good tackle there by Bradley Shine.
Shine, half-forward flank, right half-forward flank. Carlton kicking to the scoreboard end. Looking down, but sees no one leading. There's Madden setting himself in front of Stewart. Brings the ball to the ground. Well followed up, Michael Lockman. Michael Lockman, 27, across to Rollings. In Bradley. Shine, well done, Shine. The ball dribbles towards... Oh, has it? It has. It's gone through for a goal. Went under the legs of John Manton there. That was bad luck, Manton, and that's a badly needed goal. Kicked by Bradley Shine, number 10.
Well, they're back in the game now, Don. Carlton. 8 points in arrears, and they've got back into this game, I'd say in the last 10 minutes. They've got their act together.
Well, I don't think there's any justice. Richmond really are attacking the ball, but Carlton have had a few lucky shots for goal, and that was no exception. The ball rolled through for a goal. Stewart took his eye off the ball, and umpire, that's a free kick. A lot of players doing that now, and that's going to Madden. Well, we can see Dorotic, he's a physical player. And Madden going into full forward. Kernahan pushes Manton out. Oh, was he lucky?
Well, I think the ball was in 5 yards, Don. I feel that's a mark, don't you?
Well, I think Manton was appealing for the free kicks, and I think he was well within his rights there. Kernahan behind, pushed him out and pushed him in the back, but that's the way there. The umpire didn't see it that way, as Kernahan is lining up for his first goal, and it'll be Carlton's fourth if he can kick it.
Now Kernahan, the ex-Glenelg, and he's just squeezed that in, Stephen Kernahan, and now the Blues are back in business. 4-4-28, Richmond 5 goals straight 30 at the 30-minute mark in the pro football game here at Princes Park. Well, it's an even, nearly a line ball now, Don.
It is, and I mentioned earlier about the lucky goals. Richmond really haven't been rewarded when they've gone forward with a few attacks. They've been let down there in the latter half. But Carlton, on the other hand, have kicked a few lucky goals. We saw that one of Bradley Shines, and I believe that was a push out by Kernahan. But we're not here to judge. The umpires do the adjudication on the ground.
And siren for quarter time at Princes Park.
Second quarter of the pro football game of the day from Princes Park. Richmond and Carlton doing battle. Richmond 5 straight goals 30, Carlton 4-4-28. 2-point advantage to Carlton. As ball goes high to centre half forward. Underneath it is Dean. Dean taps it back towards Elvin. He overruns it back to Waitman, and Waitman gives it to Philip Egan, and Philip Egan goes onto his left foot. And there's the first point to Richmond. So Richmond 5-1, 31. Carlton 4-4-28. A 3-point advantage in favour of Richmond.
Right, Bruce Stool sending the Blues out to the half-back line, and Dorotic just couldn't quite trap it. He tried to get the Blackwell. Elvin comes in. Blackwell handballs it to no one in particular, and the Tigers are away, taken there by the Richmond player in Thornton. And a mark there to the Blues, sending it down to the half-forward line, and Craig Bradley, he has a shot down to full forward, looking for Kernahan. He's got the mark, Kernahan. Well, he looks a lot of class, doesn't he, Don?
Well, that was a good build-up by Carlton then. You can't afford to let Craig Bradley get away from himself by himself, as he did then. He's a player with a lot of skill, and the credit must go to Bradley. He centred the ball there looking for Kernahan, and Kernahan led to the centre. So it's an obvious play that when Carlton do come down the ground, if the ball's brought around the flanks, they centre. As Kernahan lines up for his second goal, and it is Carlton's 5th. So Carlton 5-4, 34. Richmond 5-1, 31. It's a good goal by Kernahan then. Good build-up by Carlton. And they've hit the front. First time of this game.
Well, Don Kernahan's having a good day. He's had 5 marks, 5 kicks, and now has kicked 2 goals. So he's paying his way today, Don.
As the ball's back in the centre, Stewart gets a hit out, down to nobody in particular, and indiscriminate kick there by an ear, but the umpires found a free kick, and it'll go into Terry Smith. Terry Smith originally started at Richmond, went to St Kilda with Tony Jewell, and now has followed Jewell back to Richmond. Player with a lot of courage, and he goes in turn long to the half-forward flank. Dorotic running with the ball. He can't take it, but I think he'll take it over the boundary line. And in front of Duel, number 11 for Carlton, is Trevor Poole. Trevor Poole has been at Richmond for quite a while, recruited from Speed in their country zone. As we see Madden, the half-back flank, 44. Roach doing battle, comes to Meldrum. Meldrum, a high kick around to the centre wing. In front is Kernahan, the ball comes to the ground. Picked up by Smith again, and he goes in turn long to the centre half-forward position, and by himself taking a very good mark for Carlton. Just wait on that player is Rowan Burke. Rowan Burke playing very strongly on the half-back flank.
Okay, well, getting at 15 yards against Michael Pickering as the ball comes down to the half-forward line. McClure at the back tries. Would be a free kick. I think you'll find it'll be a free kick to McElwain, Don, as he sends it after the half-forward flank, and Richmond on his own. And it's taken by Stephen James around Burke, centering it across. Meldrum has to take that mark, yes. Paul Meldrum, and he's been... A little bit winded there, I think, Don.
Well, that was a strong tackle there by Waitman. Waitman was committed. He did the right thing, and he made Meldrum earn that easy mark. Well done, Dale Waitman, playing a very, very good captain's game. The strong play across to Shine. Shine goes into the centre, and that's a shocking kick. Well cut out by Michael Egan. Egan getting a little bit of attention from Rod Ashman, and Ashman gets a 15-metre penalty. Egan going in turn, looking for Roach, and Roach has got away from Dool. Dool, well done. Dool's got the most educated hands in football. He knows when to punch, and if he's in the wrong position as far as taking your mark concerned, you can back it, Dool will punch. And that was a magnificent punch over the line. Ball to be thrown in, right half-forward flank, Richmond kicking to the scoreboard end.
Madden and Roach coming through as Burke for Carlton. Play on, says the umpire. It's taken by Waitman, and I think he's popped it through. A very good goal, Dale Waitman for the Tigers. And that was one that popped out the pack, and well done there by the Tigers.
Well, it was well rove by Waitman then. I've got a lot of admiration for this fellow. He started a few years ago in their premiership year, Richmond, and he was an integral part of their side. He went walkabout for a couple of years. He's captain today, and the responsibility has certainly lifted his game, because this is the best game I've seen Waitman play for a number of years. Not the fact that he's picking up kicks, but he's doing the things that captains are expected to do as the ball's back in the centre. Madden, Stewart jumped into Madden, but Madden gets the head out as the ball goes though. Oh, courageous play there, Rod Ashman running with the ball. Kept his eye on the ball. He didn't know who was coming. There was nobody coming, but still, that's the hallmark of a courageous player. He kept his eye on the ball, and he's well within kicking distance, and he could register Carlton's 6th goal. High drum punt. Wait on the umpire. 1 point. A little inaccurate there, Rod Ashman. So Carlton move a little closer to Richmond. 5-5-35. Richmond 6-1-37 at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Big kick from Madden down to the centre. Madden can't trap it. Oh, Terry Smith got one to his corner, but Waitman takes the ball out and looking for would-be Pickering. He can't trap it. Comes to the ground. Players settle on top of Meldrum. Carlton Dean handballs it over to Elvin. Elvin goes around Thornton as the Blues send it down to the centre wing. Blackwell on his own. If he makes the position, he's got Elvin going past, ignores him, sends onto a hand pass. Carlton down to the forward line. Oh, but Craig Stewart in front of Justin Madden. That wasn't a good kick from, I think it was Peter Dean. And there's Michael Roberts in the back pocket, sending it up to the wing. But Blackwell's on his own and takes the mark. Oh, no, he didn't. Bad play, Wayne Blackwell. Oh, well, don't you go crook, crowd, because he should have held that ball, Don. Do you feel he held it long enough?
I was a little bit worried about Philip Egan. Philip Egan really didn't try and keep the ball in play. He went for the boundary line, and he was very lucky not to be paid the penalty. Has Madden a good tackle, but on that occasion, he stopped the player coming through, but a little too high. Smith across to Waitman. Well done, Dale Waitman and Terry Smith. He chips it into centre half forward, taken by Dean. A quick shoveling handball out to Meldrum. Meldrum looking for nobody in particular. And coming through there is James. James, a big left foot down to a full forward position, and Dorotic underneath the ball will relieve the pressure right on the full-back line for Carlton. In turn goes across with a handball. Oh, what a magnificent tackle. Trevor Poole across to Dorotic. Dorotic crushes that Richmond opponent aside and goes to centre wing. Then picked up by Carlton. Shane Robertson, and Robertson going towards Fraser Murphy, and Murphy running with unattended into goal. Well done, Fraser Murphy.
Well, a great effort. Michael Roberts threw himself at Fraser Murphy then, but Fraser Murphy flicked the ball in front of him and showing great skills then, Don.
Well, that all started down the back line. A mark to Dorotic, strong mark. He handballed it across to Dool. Dool in turn to Dorotic, and then across to Shane Robertson. He found Fraser Murphy all by himself, and Murphy, an opportunist up on the forward line, didn't let his teammates down. And Carlton now move on. 6-5-41. Richmond 6-1-37 at the 12-minute mark, 7-minute mark of the second quarter.
Okay, the ball comes out to the half-back flank, and Craig Smith for the Tigers, but Elvin traps it. He's got Ashman on his own on the wing. Ashman turns around and shoots it down to Blackwell. Blackwell's held this one. It's a mark. Terry Smith tried to take it away from it, but Wayne Blackwell on the centre wing to half-forward flank, sending it up there looking for McClure. At the back of the pack is Madden. He can't trap it. Roberts is in there, and the Tigers trying to get it away. through the agency of Craig Smith again. Handballs it over. The Carlton play of Williams, Bradley, Rollings, all on top of the play, and will be a ball up.
I've lost count of the number of times Justin Madden has got his hands to the ball around the ground, but just has not put the ball together. Taken a mark. He's a confidence player. As soon as he gets his confidence and is able to take those marks, he'll be a much better player. He's playing well in the ruck, but can't put it together around the ground as McClure gets a high ball. Strong play by the Carlton captain. However, the ball has gone out of bounds on the full to be taken by Michael Roberts. Roberts plays on quickly down towards centre wing. In front was James. Has the ball punched away. Cool players threw themselves in quickly. Rollings a quick right foot back into the centre, but not looking for anyone in particular as Blackwell gets the ball, a high ball looking down forward to, and nicely done, Peter Kenny. Peter Kenny flew over the back of Kernahan and has taken a good mark. Could be a bit of a worry to Michael Lockman. Lockman not noted for his speed, got a ton of courage and aggression.
Don, do you think the wind could be upsetting Justin Madden today? The
No, not at all, Ray, not at all. He has not taken a clean grab at this stage. As Kenny lines up for Carlton's 7th goal, and he's made no mistakes. So Carlton go further ahead. 7-5-47. Richmond 6-1-37, a 10-point lead in favour of Carlton at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Well, Kernahan has 2, Kenny 2, Ashman 1, Shine and Murphy 1 each. The goal kickers at this stage, and the 6 goals from the Tigers, 1 to Roach. Pickering has kicked 1, Palm, Thornton, James and Waitman. So it's been spread evenly over both sides. As the umpire coming back in, umpire Westgarth, Madden, no one can trap it. Rollings kicks it off the ground, flicked over by the Tigers. Coming down is Pickering. He's got him. Ashman coming over, beautiful play to Poole. Poole has a shot for the goals. I tell you what, he's just about 1 point.
Well, that was a good build-up by Richmond there. They trapped it, they hit it on, had players running past, and it deserved a little bit better than what it actually got. It should have deserved a goal.
Okay, coming out to the half-back flank, Alvin. Can he stop it from it goes over? Yes, he's got the ball, but now will beat him and his opponent, David Palm, over the line and out of bounds. Well, 12-minute mark. Princes Park, the Blues 47, Richmond 38, as the umpire sends it in, and it's Stewart and Madden. Madden getting the hit out. I think you'll find he may pay to Justin Madden.
Well, Craig Stewart did hold on to him there. You can't afford to play Madden from behind. As Madden, half-back flank, Carlton sending the ball down to the centre wing. In front, McClure, punched away by McElwain. McElwain only playing his second game, recruited from Doncaster in the Eastern District. And an indiscriminate kick by McClure finds Smith. Smith across to Anir, finds the running Lockman. Well done, Michael Lockman. He breaks up the back line as he goes forward. Shocking kick, bounces over Meldrum's head. Well buttering up is Rowenberg, playing solidly on the half-back flank, looking for Robertson, but it's well cut out by Trevor Poole, and Poole appealing for the free kick. He thinks he was pushed in the back, but the ball to be thrown in right forward pocket. Richmond's right forward flank, I should say. Madden, Stewart. Madden gets it down. Richmond going in through Waitman, playing very well. Gets it across the former captain, Barry Rollings. Rollings onto his right foot, looking for Palm, but cut out by Alvin. Throwing himself in, is that one? No, it's Poole again. Across to Stephen James, but the umpire will bring back play. I thought Poole was pulled around the neck, and just wait on the umpire. And obviously he thought so too, yes. The free kick going to Trevor Poole. Trevor Poole, been at Richmond for a couple of years now. Played exceptionally well last year and starting to live up to the promise he showed some 4 years ago. Sends a high ball into the goal square. However, inaccurate, and the ball drifts across the face goal for 1 point. So Richmond 6-3-39, trailing Carlton 7-5-47 at the 15-minute mark of the second quarter.
Well, Bruce Dill sending it out to Alvin again, but once again him and Palm follow the ball over the line and out of bounds. Well, 9-point advantage to the Blues. The ball comes in. Madden handballs it over to Ashman, but Ashman just couldn't trap it, and It's the same as you are situation. Well, this Tigers trying to stay with the Blues. The Blues now getting on the top a little bit as Madden gets it down, and the ball goes to Stewart. He kicks it up in the air, but Bruce Dool traps it in front of him. He just can't pick it up. Players descend on top of him, and it will be a ball up on the half-back line. Umpire Howe bounces the ball. Madden gets it down, knocking up, getting hit out Justin Madden as Meldrum gets it. Yes, he's now cleared, and he's trapped it, gets it again to Ashman. Ashman swings it out, looking for, it would be Brad Shine, but Shine can't trap the ball, and it goes out of line, over the line and out of bounds. Well, Don, it's same as you are situation at the moment.
Well, the play settled down just as Madden and Stewart contest the head out. And Egan taps the ball over the line, the ball having been thrown in there on quite a few occasions in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Again, Madden, Stewart to do the ruck work.
Well, for the Tigers, Pickering has kicked 6, has had 6 kicks. James has had 6 kicks. Rawlings had 6 kicks, and Waitman 6. They're the main kick getters for the Tigers as the Blues come down forward. As Kenny comes out with a ball. Caught, tackled well by the Richmond defender as Bradley chases the ball over the line and out of bounds. And the Blues kick getters at this stage is Meldrum's had 5, Ashman 5, Kernahan has had 5, Shine 5, Burke 5, and Robinson 4. There's a flick over the back by Madden. Once again, it's getting a very scrambly situation, Don.
Well, it's a bit of a stalemate. No team really can exploit the other as the ball is bounced. Madden again to do the ruck work with Stewart. Stewart threw himself in there strongly. And the umpire will pick out a free kick. He's trying to break up play. The play getting a little scrambly now with players throwing themselves over as Ron Thornton breaks it up with a long kick in towards the centre. Up over the back is Peter Dean. Can't bring it down. Dean follows up well. Now he'll be paid the free kick. Peter Dean at centre half back, plays on quickly. Out to Bradley. Bradley taking play around the flanks looking for Blackwell, and Blackwell will see the ball. Actually, really could have gone a little bit harder there, Blackwell. Could have picked up the ball, but he was waiting for the free.
Ball comes in. Dorotich over the back. It's taken by Carlton down there, but on his own is Stewart. Got the handball over. No, he couldn't get it across to his Richmond teammate. As once again the players descend on top of the ball, but no, I think the umpire's decided he's going to give a free here. Let's break it up a bit. As the Tigers coming out through the agency of Anea, sending it down there to forward with Roach and Dool, one out to the half-forward flank, and it's out of bounds. Well, Don, Craig Bradley was originally signed by Essendon, and no wonder the Bombers wanted to get him because he looks a real good type.
If you can get the ball out to him, Bradley is a great finisher.
Okay, Dool can't trap it. Dool again has a flick over. James, he punches it on. Roach trapped in by Dean, but coming through as Rawlings has a shot up to the forward line. It's a 1. Oh, it's a great mark. I think that's Trevor Poole, Don. His little ship pass over to his Richmond. Oh. No, he couldn't hold it. Ball hits the ground. Coming in is Smith. He misses it. Elvin recovers, gets it away, and I think you'll find it'll be on the neck to Tommy Elvin. Play on, says the umpire now, as the advantage rule's played as Ashman sending it across the centre. He's got Meldrum on his own. Meldrum traps the ball, goes around Egan, but coming in for Richmond is it looked like Roberts, but Meldrum again recovers. He's got him on his own, the Carlton player, punched away from him, and it's taken away by Lockman for the Tigers. Kicking it over to the half-back flank where Robinson chasing the ball over to the boundary. No, he gets around his Francis. He's got Kernahan on his own, but he just leaves him alone, and Craig Stewart takes the mark.
And Stewart relieves the pressure. A good handball out to Anea. Anea has options running past. And again, shoots a nice handball out to Craig Smith. Craig Smith, a young fellow, a little bit indirect there, looking for Poole, but Poole just couldn't get away from Justin Madden. And the umpire will come up and again bounce the ball on the centre wing. A lot of play has been in action in this position throughout the second quarter. Oh, Madden put the boot out and Stewart ran straight into a very solid knee. Ball to be thrown in again, centre wing. Carlton 7-5, 47, Richmond 6-3, 39. 18-minute mark, second quarter. Egan just can't get through. He had time. Well tackled Carlton players. 2 players descended upon him. And Peter Road will be given the free kick. Carlton a little slow in getting the ball back, because their forwards will be picked up by the Richmond backmen. No leads coming. Goes long in towards centre half forward. Over the back, Kernahan. Madden in front. The players throw themselves on the ball again. And the umpire says, "My ball, boys," as John Annear gets up and hands the ball back. Kernahan, Manton. Good jump, Johnny Manton. And Annear, he'll have to pay it. He's breaking it up. As soon as the players realise that the umpire is going to pay the advantage to the fellow putting himself over the ball, the quicker they'll get advantage. As Annear changes direction of play, Rawlings across the face of goal looking for Lockman. Lockman getting away from Kenny. Dummies well. Michael Lockman, good play. Get your kick, son. He does. Taken out towards Dorotich. He's pushed out and the umpire will pick that free. Going to John Dorotich. A very strong physical player. And Dorotich onto his left foot. Not a good kick towards centre half forward. Eludes the players. Roberts coming through. Clears to where the ball came from. A high kick. Looking for Palm. Palm picks up for Richmond. A little chip to centre wing. Meldrum, well done, Paul Meldrum. Backed himself in and attacked that ball and turns the ball back to centre half forward. The pack goes up. Good, Rod Ashman. And Mark Williams seemed to be running up and down on the spot then, as he just couldn't take advantage of the good hand pass from Rod Ashman.
Well, the 20-minute mark here at Princes Park, and Carlton 47, Richmond 39. As the ball comes in, Kernahan, a fresh air shot, handball out by the Richmond player, and it will be out of bounds once again in the forward pocket and the Carlton attacking zone. As the ball's thrown back in, it's Kernahan, back of the Stewart. He flicks it over the back. Trapped there by Annear. He can't pick it up. Ashman's on his tail, coming in for
courage.
Football. Road. It comes out though, but the Tigers clear it away again. But there's a Carlton player on his own at centre half back, and it would be Peter Dean. Well, Dean got his players out there. Rodney Ashman on his own. He's cleared away from James. He misses it though. Good play by James, but Ashman has time to recover. Flicks it over, looking for Blackwell. But Terry Smith, good play, Terry Smith. Good defensive play there, Don, by Terry Smith.
Yes, it was, and a lot of courage shown by 2 players. John Annear, who backed himself in, also Rod Ashman there. As the ball's thrown in, Smith gets it across to the courageous Annear. Across to Manton. Manton has to get a hurried kick to nobody in particular. Goes over Thornton's head, and the ball, I've lost count of how many times it's been thrown in about that vicinity in this second quarter.
Probably the wind, Don's pushing over. There's Peter Motley is coming on the ground for his first run from the Blues. The ex-Sturt South Australian. Stewart, fresh air. Blackwell, he can't get it away. Getting very scrappy as Craig Bradley kicks it high in the air. The players going up there was Williams. He couldn't get it. Ashman's got it now. He's got Madden. No, he's decided to have a flick down to the forwards with punched away from McClure. But the Tigers once again is Lockman. No, play on, says the umpire, as McElrea sent it back up to the centre of the ground. Stewart. On top is Annear now. The ball falls on top of the pack, and Don, the game has got very scrappy in this second quarter.
Well, both sides are applying a lot of pressure to one another, Ray, and when that does happen, you've just got to get your kick. The ball becomes a hot potato. As Stewart, Madden, Annear playing extremely well. Shoots it across to Smith. Smith in turn going forward, but Tommy Elvin, number 31, he's a goer, this bloke. He's got a ton of courage and it really does apply himself away from football. The mark taken by Richmond, but he was lucky there. He took off Terry Smith, and Bradley will take the kick in the centre square. He's going long, looking for Kernahan. The big fella behind McClure brings it down. Barry Rawlings, McClure showing a lot of strength. Well done, Mark McClure. And the Richmond players throw themselves down over the ball. McElwain, McClure's opponent, only a young fellow. He'll learn a lot today playing on Mark McClure. The ball, right forward, left forward pocket. Carlton kicking to the Robert Heatley end. Manton up. Got down by Kernahan. Rawlings out to Egan. Stewart plenty of time. In turn goes across the ground. That's not the place to bring it in from. Doull overruns the ball, well backed up by Dean. Dean shovels it out towards Meldrum. Meldrum going through the centre, looking for Murphy by himself, but he's set up by Thornton. Smith over the back, an intelligent punch out, and the ball will go over line before Blackwell can get his hands to it.
Well, great play then from young Smith of the Tigers, and that sends the ball out of bounds. Well, still an 8-point difference here at coming up to the 25-minute mark as Stewart gets it down. Trapping it is the Carlton player Shine. Bradley, he kicks it over into the centre of the ground where coming through is Barry Rawlings, and he sends it off soccer style down to where Stephen James just couldn't grab the mark as it once again goes over the line on that wing, which it has been most of this quarter.
Well, just looking at the trees, Ray, you could be right about the wind because they are really bending, and although we're in the protection of the stand here, the wind must be very bad on the ground itself, and that could be a contributing reason why the play's a bit scrappy. As Waitman kicks up towards centre half forward, the ball punched away by the Carlton defenders, Peter Dean namely, and the ball again to be thrown in left half forward flank. Richmond kicking to the scoreboard end. Madden to do the ruck work. Number 44 for Carlton against Roach. Oh, umpire, didn't you see that? Madden kicks in towards the centre. As coming through is Bradley. Bradley throws himself over the ball. A good handball to the running Elvin. One bounce by Tommy Elvin. Should have kicked it, son. Another handball across to Motley. He'll be a good player, Motley, as he gets his quick kick into McClure. McClure leading McElwain for the ball. Murphy comes through. Battles up. Ashman. And a quick handball to the Elvin. Tommy Elvin, well done. Playing on the half-back flank. He left his man. It takes courage to run down and leave your man like that. And he was well rewarded by Rod Ashman. A quick handball out. Well done, Tommy Elvin. And that's what the running game is all about.
That was great play from Ashman then, Don.
Oh, tremendous play. And also I mentioned Elvin there as he jogs back to his position on the half-back flank. That really does put pressure on your opponent, and David Palm, his immediate opponent, will have to follow him as Stewart gets a big hit out from the centre.
Well, 14 points now. The Blues are in front as the ball comes down, and it was Waitman flicks it over to his teammate in Smith. Smith gets the ball clear, but he's kicked it straight to Peter Dean at centre half-back. Well, Dean going across the other side, the attacking side of the ground, and Blackwell making the lead. He's got him on his own. He's in front of Anea, goes around Anea, shoots it across the centre, but Craig Bradley's on his own, and now Bradley flicks a nice hand pass to Dean coming past, but not a good kick from Dean. But he gets it over to his teammate in Williams, and it's Williams trying to get the handball back to Blackwell. You're mucking round, Carlton, as Carlton send it up in the air as that would be Shine. He can't take it, but the Tigers will clear through the agency of Thornton. Thornton over to Egan, and Egan gets away from Meldrum and sends it up to Doull, and Roach one out. Roach has taken the mark. Strong mark, Michael Roach.
And actually that was very lucky play because Philip Egan burst away along the centre line there. He had Stephen James all by himself. He could have chipped the ball over. Instead, Egan went long, blasting away, but Roach held his ground and took a good mark. Now Roach lining up for Richmond's 7th. They need this. And look at the wind bring that ball. It was going through for a point, but the wind brought it back. So Richmond move on now. They draw a little closer to Carlton. Carlton, however, are 8-5, 53. Richmond 7-5, 45, as Michael Roach kicks his second goal at the 28-minute mark, time on in the second quarter.
That was well kicked by Roach, Don, because the wind blowing across the ground, he allowed for the wind, so kicked it hard into the pocket to let the wind bring it back in.
Do you think it was intentional, Ray?
Well, Don, let's give the fella a benefit of the doubt. What do you think? Wouldn't have been the way you used to kick it, would you, Don?
I never got too many up forward.
Okay.
As the ball comes out, Blackwell tries to get his kick. Coming through hard is Elvin, and Tommy, you can't try and do that, son. And the free kick will go to David Palm, his opponent. Palm looking for Roach. He goes quick and long as the siren sounds for half-time. Carlton 8-5-53, Richmond 7-3-45. The game between Carlton and Richmond. Carlton holding an 8-point lead. 8-5-53, Richmond 7-3-45. Madden and Stewart to Ruckman. Ruck done change in this game. Another hit out to Madden, flicks it down, looking for Corkamillis, but Bradley will get the free kick right in the centre of the ground. Craig Bradley, wasting no time, goes long, looking down there for Kenny. Kenny behind, Lockman gets in front, pushed away. Well followed up Smith and Richmond, and he clears around the defensive flank. The ball just stopping before the players get to the line. In actual fact, the ball was pushed over the line and at the feet of Mark McClure. McClure got the free kick for in the back, and he in turn moves the ball quickly down to full forward. The pack fly, no one gets it. Rollings, a quick kick out towards centre half back, Richmond centre half back position. Waitman quickly onto the ball, near quickly onto it, ducks ahead, gets it across. Another strong tackle by Carlton. Blackwell picks up and finds Mark McClure, right half forward flank. Carlton kicking the scoreboard in. McClure, a long kick looking for Kernahan. He's behind, he's taken the mark, well followed up. 1 point. So Carlton the point. Added just after half time. They're 8-6-54. Richmond 7-3-45.
Kernahan at full forward there, Don. As the Richmond player has been asked to go back, Michael Lockman, and have another kick-off. So the Tigers sending it out to the half-back line. Blackwell, Smith coming in, punched away by Smith. Taken there by Motley. He handballs it over to, it looks like that player was Robinson. And a nice strong mark on the chest, taken there by Carlton's Mark Williams. Williams sending the ball up to the forward line. It's a two-out duel, Kernahan, and oh yes, he's paid Kernahan. Johnny Manton and Stephen Kernahan were pushing and shoving then, and a strong mark by Stephen Kernahan, Don.
Well, it's quite obvious what Carlton are trying to do. They're moving it down quickly with a long kick, a long high kick, looking for Kernahan. If Kernahan brings the ball to the ground, they've got the smaller players to swoop in and capitalise on the crumbs. Kernahan, 3 goals lining up for his 4th, and he kicks straight. So Carlton move on, 9-6-60. Richmond 7-3-45. Play being some 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and that's actually Stephen Kernahan's 3rd goal. He's kicked 1 in the 1st, 2nd and 3rd. I previously called it as his 4th goal, but goals in each quarter, and has been quite a dangerous player down on that forward line, and Carlton obviously playing to him. Actually, Carlton have made a change. They've taken Manton, who is Kernahan's man, off the ground, and Peter McCormick, an experienced fullback, playing his 2nd game for Richmond, has got the job on Stephen Kernahan.
Right, back with the umpire Peter Howe. There's Carlton 60, Richmond 45. 4 minutes started, 4 minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Stewart again, and Madden tries to down McCorkamillis, but Egan sending the ball down to the forward line. Chasing the ball is Peter Dean in front of his Richmond opponent. Can't trap the ball, and it'll go over the line and out of bounce. And Michael Pickering chasing Peter Dean to the boundary there. Well, the Blues 15 points in front. And I'm sure Robert Walls, Don, would have said a few words at half-time to the Blues.
Well, obviously, their tactic is to get it as quickly as they can down the forward line as Waitman picks up quickly. A strong tackle. Stephen James. Handball across to Pickering. Pickering's tackled strongly again. Across to Ashman, and Rod Ashman relieves the pressure for Carlton, going out to that defensive wing. The ball punched across to Mark McClure by Shine. However, the ball does go out of bounds and to be thrown in centre wing. 60 plays 45, a 15-point difference in favour of Carlton. Stewart gets a hit down to nobody in particular, and it'll beat John Anir over the line again to be thrown in 10 yards closer on the second, on the Carlton centre wing. Stewart pushes Madden out, picked up by Egan. Egan going to centre half forward. Poole behind Dorotich, gets a lucky bounce. Poole goes long into full forward, looking for Roach. And Dool knocks it well away. Pickering picking it up. Well done, Michael Pickering. Pickering racing in, kicking Carlton's 8th goal. Richmond's 8th goal. Carlton 9-6-60. Richmond 8-3-51.
Well, Michael Pickering away then from his opponent and bringing the Tigers back closer, and it's now 9 points difference at Princes Park. Stephen Kernahan has kicked 3 and Kenny 2 for the Blues, and for the Tigers their main goal kickers is Roach 2 and Pickering has kicked 2. As Justin Madden gets the hit out. Stewart though flicks it away. Coming in for the Tigers, oh no, Elvin traps in, pushes his own man Elvin over. Palms there. I'd say you'll find the umpire will ball it up and just break up that play there. Well, Don, Carlton haven't shaken Richmond off yet.
No, well, Richmond coming back. There's only a 9-point difference, and Richmond are well in the game as Meldrum clears with 1 bounce, 2 bounces around the centre wing. Well shepherded by his teammate. 3 bounces, looking down forward. A handball to break up play across to Blackwell. Blackwell going quickly and long, looking for Kernahan. He's their obvious focal point. Coming through strongly, the Richmond defender. Mark Williams underneath, can't get rid of the ball and really didn't try all that hard. Good decision, umpire. The free kick going to Peter Francis. Francis right in the full back line. Kicks out to that defensive flank. Goes over the head of the pack. Following up strongly is Lockman. Lockman taps the ball down in front of him. Picked up by Dean. And Dean, in turn, gets it across, and Shane Robertson going in long to full forward again. That long high ball. It's becoming predictable. Ashman, well called. And off the ground.
I think it's a free kick there, Don.
We'll just wait on the umpire. Looked like Kernahan might have got a free kick. No, Ashman hung on to Barry Rawlings. And Barry giving Ashman a little bit of lip. Barry, a veteran of the team, former captain, played at Hawthorn, going after the defensive flank. Ball comes to ground. No one can pick it up except Thornton. He shoots a quick handball out to Lockman. Lockman on the left foot, sends another high ball down, looking for Pickering, but in front is Dean, and Peter Dean takes a strong mark in front of Michael Pickering.
Well, Peter Dean just over the centre, and the umpire has given 15 yards against Michael Pickering. As young Peter Dean sending the Blues up to the forward, and his focal point will be Kernahan, and it's Kernahan up there, but the wind will take it away from that player and Peter McCormick, and it will go through for another
Richmond
point.
will be well advised. It's quite predictable now what Carlton are doing, and they'll be well advised to send their ruckman Craig Stewart down to make it a 2-on-1 situation against Kernahan.
Okay, the ball comes back out. Mark McClure. Madden couldn't get it. It's Richmond's Egan. He flicks it out, and I think you might find, no, it's play on. He says play the advantage rule. The Tigers swoop round the wing to the half-forward flank, and it's Roach in front of Dool. He can't trap it. Dool does well. Gets it to Meldrum. Good play, Bruce Dool. And Meldrum over to Blackwell. Oh, I think you'll find it's a free kick to Wayne Blackwell. Very lucky, Don. Very lucky then. As will be a 15-yard penalty against the Tigers. But Wayne Blackwell nearly lost control of that as he sends it up to the centre wing. Players, McClure, in front Stewart. Handball over. Egan. Now can he trap it? Yes, he has. And he goes down to the forward line looking for Dool and Roach. One out. Dool punches it away. Coming in as Dorotich to help him. Trapped in nicely. I think you'll find it's a free kick as Paul Meldrum gets the ball.
Actually, Dorotich, a very physical player, has lined 1 or 2 up today, has got away with it earlier, but on that occasion, he took his eye off the ball and ran straight at Waitman. Well, that's a big man's option. It's his strength against the little man's skill and agility. And Dorotich backed himself in, however, he gave the free kick away. Now Waitman lining up for the 9th goal for Richmond. A high ball into the goal square. The pack fly and well punched through by Elvin. Good defensive play, Tom Elvin. So Richmond a point closer. The difference now 8 points. Carlton 9-7-61. Richmond 8-4, 52.
Oh, kicked off, a very loose kick-off as Craig Stewart takes the mark in the centre. Don Dorovic's got that strength. Maybe Carlton have been trying to get a player like that here for the past couple of years.
They haven't had one since Bortolotto, and Dorotich has inherited Bortolotto's number.
Well, Dool chasing the ball over the boundary in front of Roach in the forward pocket. 10-minute mark, Carlton 61, Richmond 52. And a 9-point difference here at Princes Park as Madden is Roach this time, as it's cleared away by the Carlton player Burke up to the centre where McClure takes it. Nice handball, good play to Blackwell, and Blackwell's on the run. Bradley says you got time to go. A lovely pass, but it hits the ground in front of his player, and the Tigers come through. I think you'll find there'll be a free kick there to Carlton. And Craig Bradley took a very good tackle, Don, and he's a good player.
I was very impressed with McClure's earlier handball. It was a real quick reflex action, and he's responsible for the ball being down on the forward line as Bradley shoots that predictable high ball in looking for Kernahan, and he's taken it. Stephen Kernahan edged out his Richmond opponent, stood his ground, didn't get off the ground, but used his strength. That's his 8th mark.
Don, sorry, you said before, Craig Stewart, he would be the fella that Richmond's got as the height to maybe go down there?
Carlton, obviously, he's Carlton's focal point. You can see each time they go there, they are predictable. They send the big high ball up. They should be sending Stewart down in order to make it a 2-on-1 situation. As Kernahan kicks Carlton's 10th goal, they move further ahead, 10-7-67. Richmond 8-4, 52. And that is Kernahan's 4th goal for the game, 2 in this quarter.
Well, Don, as you say, Stewart's the big man for Richmond, and as the way the wind's swirling, Manton or the other fella, who else Richmond have got as an option to take the knockouts, because it really is not having that much effect on the game, do you feel?
Well, Manton can play in the ruck. He can come on to the ball. He's on the interchange at the moment. Did very well in a game against the Swans last year in Sydney when he did come on the ball after half-time, and he is one fellow that can jump up in the centre. That may release Stewart, if need be, to go down into that full-back line, but they still need the 2-on-1 situation with the ruckman dropping back.
Okay, back in the centre, and it's Stewart and Madden again as Bradley gets it away. Down to the half-forward line where you find Motley. He can't trap it. Coming across for Richmond is picking it up is McElwain, but players will stack on the mill, and the umpire will say, give it to me, fellas, and we'll clear it out. As Peter Motley getting to know Peter Francis' address, haven't been here in Melbourne long, and having a bit of a discussion behind the play there. There's the umpire. Bounces it in the air. Hits the ground. Comes down to no one in particular. It's Motley now. Left foot up the forward. Kernahan in front again. He just couldn't trap it. And McCormick sends the ball straight down the centre of the ground. A one-out duel between Egan and Meldrum. But Meldrum takes the ball away. Paul Meldrum setting up the forward line. Trapped there by the Carlton player. It comes down to where Kenny couldn't get it. Players stacking on the mill. Kenny again. And I think you'll find that he will pay a free kick to Michael Roberts at the centre half-back position. No, Don, it's going across to
Michael Lockman. Lockman, in turn, goes out to the wing looking for Smith. Craig Smith goes into centre half-forward. Dean to do battle. The ball goes over their head, the players' heads. Coming in again. Ooh, that was an interesting one. Terry Smith gets a free kick. He plays on quickly. And Smith looking for Roach down in a goal square. Dool punches down, picked up by Poole. A quick handball back to Roach. Roach can't get the hand to the ball, and well cleared Wayne Blackwell. Ball goes out the half-back flank. Meldrum, well tackled by Dale Waitman. A strong tackle. Real captain stuff. Blackwell back in towards centre half-back. Tommy Elvin misses it. David Palm, his opponent, comes in, and tempers are getting a little bit frayed. We sound a round arm. Paid high tackle on Elvin, and Elvin goes out wide to the running Burke. That's the way you've got to break up play, Carlton. Burke's got the option, eludes the Richmond man, goes for one bounce, goes in long. They're looking for Kernahan again, and Kernahan gets his hands on the ball, can't, butters up well, quickly onto the left foot, goes to goal. However, goes the right-hand side of the goal post, through for another point. So Carlton 10-8-68, Richmond 8-4-52.
Well, McCormick The fullback. It's taken there. Nice mark from Peter Dean. The player was Ron Thornton, sorry, as the ball comes back up to Kernahan. The players up there is the Tigers, Rawlings, Francis. Francis has the time to look. He handballs it over to Barry Rawlings, and Rawlings on the centre wing, sending it down to the half-forward line. And it's a two-out duel, but James takes a strong mark with Rowan Burke. Hits the ground. Dorovich is in there again. He's a strong player, Don. He certainly goes in hard as the Tigers send it up to forward. A great kick. Oh. I tell you what, he's put it through. What a magnificent goal, Don Scott.
That was absolutely magnificent. If he tried that again, he just could not kick it. That's his second goal. That's Stephen James. Made a bad mistake. Handball across the pool. Put Poole under unbelievable pressure. Not noticed for his speed, James, but he's obviously got a football brain. Followed on well and close on that boundary, and on his left foot there was hardly any air between those goalposts, and James, I don't believe, could do that again had he tried. Carlton 10-8-68, Richmond 10 points behind 9-4-58.
Well, Corcomelis coming out of the centre for the Blues for the answer, and he's heading it down to Kernahan, one out, but it'll go over the top of the Kernahan and McCormick, and it'll be through for a point. Well, 15 minutes here at Princes Park, and Carlton 10-9-69, leading Richmond 9-4-58. As the ball comes back out to Stewart, Corcomelis, Tigers through Terry Smith, flicks it over to Ron Thornton. He can't control it, but he gets it back to, and Thornton gets it again around Blackwell. He decides to go around the whole pack, but Craig Bradley's there. Bradley can't. Well, could be a free kick to Craig Bradley, I feel, as Dale Waitman held onto his back as he was going for the ball. Don.
Bradley, centre wing, sending Carlton into attack. Ball drifting in the air. Ashman underneath, pushes Rawlings. And underneath the pack, Barry Rawlings, but the umpire will come in again, bounce the ball, left half forward flank, Carlton kicking to the scoreboard end.
Rawlings has done well. He's had 11 kicks up to this stage, Rawlings, as the ball comes back and taken away by the Tigers down to the half forward line. Meldrum's on his own, and he'll follow the ball, I'd say, over the boundary. Yes, the umpire says it's mine. And Dale Waitman, he's been amongst the action. He's had 8 kicks. And for Carlton, Meldrum's had 11 and Blackwell's had 10. As the ball goes to the umpire's decided he will break this up and he'll give a free kick to Richmond as Rawlings sends it down to the forward line. It's Dool and Bruce Dool. Roach cuts in, can't control it. Dool gets it to Meldrum. Good football, Bruce Dool. Oh, and I think that was not a bad bump, umpire.
He did raise his elbow then, and Waitman gave away the free kick. Going in turn to McClure. McClure to Bradley. Bradley to the running Blackwell. Blackwell within kicking distance. Lines up. Ball swinging back. Wayne Blackwell, you've kicked Carlton's 11th goal. Carlton 11-9-75. Richmond 9-4-58.
Oh, great goal from Wayne Blackwell. That free kick then opened up the play for the Blues, and they got down to the centre of the ground where Blackwell took the ball and a great kick on the run. And Carlton now at the 17-minute mark, holding a 17-point lead as Justin Madden will get a free kick in the centre, sending it down to the half-forward line. Kernahan, but no, Richmond wasn't paid that as the ball comes out to James, and Stephen James following the ball out to the wing where Egan comes in, kicks it over the top of the play, Dean, and I think that will be Michael Pickering. Bruce Dool comes over and has a little bit of a chat to him, but I don't think there was much in that, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds in the forward pocket at the Carlton back line.
Ball thrown in front of the Social Club. Madden gets his hand to it. Across to Burke. Burke to Meldrum. Meldrum looking for options. Can't find anyone. Goes high, centre wing. McClure in front. Has the ball punched away. Well read. Mark Williams. Williams in turn going to the half-forward flank and finds a leading Kernahan. Getting away from McCormick. A shocking kick. Smothered off the hands. Richmond relieved the situation. Going into the centre towards James. James getting onto his left foot. looking out there for Poole. Richmond 2 up, no one down. Poole following on quickly.
Yes, free kick to Poole.
And we'll just wait on the umpire. Yes, against Dorotic. He must start and learn. John Dorotic, when you're up on the back line, you can't be indiscriminate. It's all right being physical, but you can't afford to give a free kick away so close to goal. Now Trevor Poole lining up, hasn't kicked a goal to date. Richmond desperately need this goal. Carlton just starting to take control. Ball on its way. We'll wait on the umpire. It's through, so Trevor Poole, his first goal for the game. And Richmond move a little closer. Carlton 11-9, 75. Richmond 10-4, 64. An 11-point margin at the 20-minute mark of the third quarter.
I noticed the Carlton runner out there having a talk to Dorovic, Don. Dorovic's a good player and trying to use his strength as he has a couple of times in this quarter. Not unfairly, but as you said, you've got to be careful when it's down in the other side's attacking zone and giving away free kicks. You can't afford that. As Justin Madden gets the hit out, Bradley hits it over his head to McClure.
Oh, that's a
great
throw.
Football. The umpire, well, the thought was there, Don. The thought was there. Well,
he's about 20 years behind his time. That was a flick pass.
Well, Don, you would have tried. You would have got away with that. If you had to try that, you would have tried it, wouldn't you? If you had to try to get away with it, would you have had a go at that?
Well, no, I would have gone straight.
You'd have been
onto
too
the
slow
left.
to handball it, though.
Yes,
Don.
I couldn't have thought that quickly, actually.
Okay, well, we've got the Tigers going down forward, and Roach over the back. Dean flicked on nicely by Waitman to Anea, but he's too slow, John Anea, and a great tackle from Paul Meldrum to relieve the pressure, and I think you'll find there'll be a little bit of a 15-yard penalty here. Well, John Anea had a golden opportunity then, Don.
A little bit slow there, and it's a good tackle by Meldrum. Landy holding up play right on the full back line. Meldrum to relief for Carlton, goes long towards the centre. McClure up, Madden, hasn't taken one all day today. Corkameli's across to Shane Robertson. In turn, well picked up Bradley. Bradley across to Kenny. Kenny only 30 metres out. And he slams another through. So that's 13 to Carlton. They move a little further ahead. Carlton 13-9, playing Richmond 10-4 at the 21-minute mark of the third quarter.
Well, Carlton now have got back that 17-point lead. Richmond seem to grab a goal back, but the Blues answer it.
In actual fact, I gave the wrong score there, Ray. It's 12-9, 81, 10-4, 64. Actually, the man on that scoreboard is red hot, isn't he?
He's pretty quick, Don. But he's getting paid to do a job, and he's doing it well. As the ball comes back into the centre, as Craig Stewart, yes, he traps the ball, and the umpire said, we'll take it away and we'll ball it up again. Well, the Blues 17 points up here in the third quarter. There's a bit of a pushing there, and I think you'll find that Justin Madden, although Stewart's done a fairly good job today, Don. He's
been doing that a lot, jumping into the man on the mark, and the players are playing that as Justin Madden goes long, looking for Kernahan again in front of McCormack. Can't butter up, picked up by McElwain. Across to Thornton. Thornton misses it, traps it on the second. Picks up to Anea. Anea dodging. Going into centre half forward. Sees Egan by himself. But Meldrum over the back, can't take it. Tommy Alvin underneath the pack. Lucky not to get a free.
Yes, that should have been paid.
Against Trevor Poole. But it'll go to Rawlings. And Rawlings in turn looking for Roach. Madden there. And that's his first mark for the game. He holds it up to the crowd.
Yes, he's
brought himself undone a little bit just around the ground. Got his hand onto a lot of balls, but hasn't brought them down. As he goes, Carlton go forward, looking for McClure. Coming through is Smith. Played very well on the half-back flank, young Craig Smith. Originally recruited from Lelbert. And for those who don't know, Lelbert is a small country community just outside of Swan Hill.
You've been in the Shell Garage, Don, getting the Vic Tour.
No, I know.
No,
Dick Makem, a very staunch supporter of the Lelbert Football Club.
Right. Okay, over the top of James, and it's taken away there by Burke. And Rowan Burke sends it up to one out with McClure. Coming behind then also was McElwain, but I thought it could have been a free kick there, Don.
McElwain, an interesting player, came from the Doncaster team, which is in the EDFL, Fitzroy's district, and Fitzroy let him go. Obviously didn't realise they had a player like McElwain in that area. He was recruited to Richmond by a former ruckman, Dean Herbert, who played in the combined game, and hence we see McElwain playing at centre half back and doing a good job today. Stewart gets it down to Roberts. Roberts has his kick smothered. Corker-Mealy's got a number of options. Gives it out to the running Williams. Williams well within kicking distance. Lines up. Ball on its way, but hits the top of the post. So that's bad luck, Mark Williams. A really good build-up by Carlton. Initiated through the ruck play. Corker-Mealy's had Williams running by. And a good build-up, probably one of the better build-ups of the day. 12-10 Carlton, 82. Richmond 10-4, 64 at the 25-minute mark of the third quarter. Richmond kicking out to the defensive flank. Up high the pack. Landy has just come on off interchange. Can't bring the ball down. Thornton running through centre. Anir by himself. Quick handball. Well done, John Anir. Across to Trevor Poole. A high ball. Looking for Roach. Duel behind. Roach, he's brought it down. Well done, Michael Roach. 3 grabs at the cherry. On the third one, brought it down. Bruce Duel just couldn't get his big fist to the ball. And Roach, well within kicking distance. He's kicked 3 goals today. I would say that Duel has had the better of that duel. Now Roach lining up, kicked a goal in each of the first and second quarters. Ball on its way. Makes no mistake. So Michael Roach kicks his 3rd goal, and Carlton Richmond only 12 points behind. Carlton 12-10, 82. Richmond 11-4, 70 in time on in the third quarter.
Well, 12 points of difference. The Tigers are still in this. Carlton can't seem to break the shackles at the moment from the Tigers. So it augurs well for a good last quarter. As the umpire comes in to send them on their way. Madden, clear hit out to Corker-Mealis, running pass. He's clear, and he shoots it up, looking for, it looks like that would be Shine. Yeah, he can't trap it. Players all over the top of it. Corker-Mealis chasing the ball over the boundary with Rawlings.
I wonder how long it's going to be before they wake up what they're doing in the centre bounce. Madden's getting every hit out. Corker-Mealis runs from behind, runs to that space on his right-hand side, and he gets the ball on each occasion. Richmond have got to have someone manning Corker-Mealis. As the ball's thrown in, nobody can get it out. Ball still scrimmage, in a scrimmage there as Waitman comes out with the ball. What's the No, the umpire's going to bring it back. Free kick going Carlton's way. Just pick up that player. I think it's Blackwell. Blackwell.
No, that's
Shine. Shine going long, predictable now, looking for Kernahan. The big pack fly, the man in front, he's paid a mark.
Motley.
Peter Motley. A very, very good player, although hasn't had much preparation for this season. I believe that this fellow will be the pick of the South Australian recruits. An exceptional player when playing for Sturt last year. A good runner, played on the half-back line. Today lining up on the forward line, came off interchange. He lines up, ball on its way. However, another point to Carlton. They move on. 12 goals, 11, 83, a 13-point advantage. Richmond 11-4, 70.
Well, 28 minutes gone here in the third quarter at Princes Park, and a 13-point lead to the Blues at the moment. There's Peter McCormick who send the ball out to the half-back line. Smith, Dean, very strong mark from Peter Kenny. Kenny, once again, short pass, but looking for Kernahan. Punched away from McCormick. Coming through is Robinson. But the Tigers get it away through the agency of Craig Smith. Good play, Smith. Over to Francis, and the running Francis over to the half-back lane. James missed it. Meldrum came in. He couldn't do it. It's the Blues again, up to the forward line. And now you've got Corker-Mealis. Where do you go? He has a long shot to the goals, but there's no one there. And the Tigers will clear it away as the ball will be taken over the line by Ron Thornton. That wasn't well done then by Spiro Corker-Mealis, Don.
No, he's on his non-dominant foot, and although you expect better from a league player, you can make that odd mistake. It's only human nature. As the ball's thrown in, Corker-Mealis butters up well, gets the ball out, and Motley in there battling hard against Peter McCormack, and the umpire coming in to bounce the ball yet again. I'd like to know how many times they've bounced the ball in this game. Very scrambly. Kernahan pushes out. Anir follows up well. A hand pass across the face of goal, looking for Lockman. Beats Lockman, but Lockman follows up well. Another handball out to Young Smith. Played well on the half-back flank. Chips the ball out to the centre wing, looking for Egan, but the ball will beat Egan over the line and thrown in, centre wing. 13-point advantage. Carlton 83, Richmond 70. 6 Dorotich. His second league game for Carlton. Down to do the ruck work against Poole. Dorotich, ooh, stuck ball. Ooh, how would you like to run into that? Poole gets up quickly, obviously not hurt. Goes long into centre half forward. Roach behind Madden. Can't bring it down again. Roach gets his second chance. Drops the ball. It's hot. And Bruce Dool, well done, Bruce Dool. And Dool will relieve the pressure for Carlton at the true centre half back position. Goes short into the centre. Who's he found? Robertson. And Shane Robertson getting away from his opponent. Goes long towards centre half forward. Looking again for Kernahan. He's up behind. Should have been a free kick up before acceptances. Dorotich butters up well. Oh, runs straight. Doesn't he love a physical clash? He loses a ball. Barry Rolling's chasing very hard, but just can't get to the ball as it rolls over the boundary line. Centre wing. Still a 13-point advantage in favour of Carlton. 12-11-83 Richmond. 11-4-70 at the 30-minute mark of the last third quarter.
Madden tries to get the hit out, and players will all stack on. You'd have him in your side, Dorothy, Don. Strong boy.
He is. He's just got to, keep his enthusiasm under control. It's all right running straight. It's terrific to see players run straight, but you can't afford to give away stupid frees.
Stewart gets the hit out, and it will go over the line and out of bounds, and it'll be Corcomelis and Roberts on the centre wing. There's a Carlton player down there. It looks like he's all right. I think it's Craig Bradley, a little bit winded as the ball comes in, and a little push out there by Craig Stewart as it's three-quarter time. Carlton 12-11-83, Richmond 11-4-70.
The last quarter of the pro football match of the day, the game between Richmond and Carlton. Carlton in front by 13 points, and what a last quarter we've got in store here. Stewart and Madden to do the ruck work. A much improved side from their recent outings, Richmond, as Stewart sends the ball forward and players throw themselves on top of the ball, and the umpire coming in for his umpteenth bounce around the ground.
Okay, bounced again, Madden. Stewart misses it. Meldrum chasing the ball in front of James. Handballs it over, but Waitman takes the ball. It's players stacks on the middle there. No, Road, he tries to get out. I think the umpire, no, he's going to play a free kick there.
Just a kick to break up play, because that's what's happening. Players are throwing themselves on the ball. They're slowing down play, and that free kick was merely awarded to break up play. Has Carlton come off the wing position? The ball holds up when going forward. Kicking to the Heatley stand in. Kernahan up high. Ball drifting back in towards the centre. Players up. Punched down by McCormack. Picked up by Terry Smith. Smith returns the ball back to the centre wing. Burke in front has that ball punched away. Stephen James tries to control the ball, but is unable, and the ball goes out of bounds to be thrown in. Centre wing. Carlton 13 points, 83 playing 70.
Right, ball comes back in, and Madden and Stewart. Stewart will, no, the umpire hasn't paid it that time, as Philip Egan can't control it, flicks it over, and it's James sending it up to the half-forward line. Dean trapping it back and will go after it. The Tigers, with the agency of McElway, tries to help there, but it comes back to Stewart and Madden over the back. Ashman is waiting for the handball. He'll receive it, but it'll beat him and Terry Smith over the line and out of bounds. Well, Carlton 83, Richmond 70, and the top kickers for the kick getters at the moment. Rawlings has had 13 for the Tigers, Waitman 11, and for the Blues, Meldrum's had 13, and Blackman has had 11.
Well, a rucking infringement against Justin Madden, going to Craig Stewart, and Stewart going long and high to centre half forward.
Well, Elvin, he grabs the ball, kicks it down to would-be Robinson. and Robinson sends it down there to Williams. Behind the players, Smith trying to punch it away. But the Carlton player, Mark Williams, now gets the ball, gets pushed off as he kicks it, and Pickering, or it would be Michael Lockman, has got the ball and takes it away. John Anea handballs it over to his Richmond teammate, and it's Peter Francis. And Michael Lockman again, over to Rawlings. Rawlings to Stewart. Stewart met heavily there by Ashman as the play goes back out to Poole. Poole gets clear in Chase's road. He hands it over to Egan, and Egan sends up the forward line. Roach and Dool one out. It's hit to the ground. Coming across is Tommy Alvin, but Dool backs up nicely. Gets the ball out to his player opponent and goes across to Bradley. Bradley sending it down to the forward line, and Mark McClure has taken the strong mark. And he's got two players. He's got Motley, Kernahan on his own, but I think Mark hasn't had much of the play today, so he's decided to get a little bit of activity in the books about his name, I'd say, Don. You felt that wasn't good play then?
Yeah, McClure lining up. He's kicked many goals from here. He's well within kicking distance. Captain of Carlton. Ball holding up there, and it comes off the hands of the pack. And maybe in retrospect he could have passed the ball, but the ball really did hold up in the wind.
Peter McCormick sending Richmond in. McCormick up to the centre half-back line. Madden coming across. Good mark there by the Carlton player Peter Kenny. Kenny sending the Carlton back down. Coming out as Kernahan. Francis at the back. Picked up by McCormick. He handballs the ball away, and it will go over the line and out of bounds.
Ball to be thrown in. Right half forward flank. Carlton's right half forward flank. In front of the Social Club. McCormack over the back. Gets a quick kick back towards where the centre, where we see Landy battling. Can't pick it up. Meldrum quickly onto it. Left, right, another high kick. Up towards centre half forward, players underneath, and Peter Kenny. Good mark, moved out from centre half forward, full forward, started there originally, kicked a couple of goals, gone in long, but outcoming is McElwain. McElwain takes a good mark in front of McClure, plays on quickly to Anea. Anea's got not too many options down the ground. James in front of Rowan and takes a good mark, centre wing, 84, playing 70 in favour of Carlton, 14 points of difference. Right, Stewart, James goes long, the centre half forward, but Dean takes a strong mark, quickly across to Elvin. Elvin down the ground, Motley up high, and there's a free kick, and it'll be played to Stephen James.
Well, it's Peter Francis, streams through the centre and kicks it out to looking for Roach coming down the ground. Behind him is Dool. Roach can't trap it, he's tackled by Dool, and the free kick will go to Carlton as Bradley breaks it away from the centre and sends it over to Robinson. Robinson clear on the wing, looking for his teammate and Bradley Shine, and Shine has taken the mark, and you'll have to give that 15 yards, umpire, against Michael Roberts, I think it is, Don. Good play there, Don. Is that?
Well, not really, and Shine plays on quickly into the forward, but high is Kernahan. They're looking for him every time, and Kenny, well done, Peter Kenny. They look for Kernahan each time they go forward. If he doesn't take the mark, it comes to the ground. And Kenny, using his speed there, swooped on the ball, and he's kicked his 4th goal. So Peter Kenny, 4 goals, and good play.
Well, 5-minute mark, and the Blues getting that break, 20 points up, 13-12-90 to Richmond, 11-4-70. And he's played a very good game, Peter Kenny. As the ball comes back into the centre and Justin Madden gets the head out. Probably no, the umpire didn't play that. And the Blues stream down forward, up to the full forward. McClure with the McElwain, but McElwain gets it out nicely to his teammate in Smith. And Smith sends it up to the centre wing. Up to Egan, Cameo, it should be a free kick to Richmond there. Play on, the umpires play the advantage rule, and he gets it over to Barry Rawlings. Rawlings handballs around Craig Bradley. And it's Waitman, Dale Waitman, a little step pass, a little chip, but not a good pass, as the Blues taken away from Ashman. Down to Motley, in the back umpire, I'd say yes, against Francis. They're playing on, Bruce Dool down the forward line now. There's plenty of options open, but he goes streaming down towards Kernahan. Mark McClure! What a terrific mark from the skipper. Hasn't done much today, Mark McClure, but now starting to come into the game in the last quarter.
Well, Carlton is starting to play with a lot of confidence then. You can see the arrogance of Dool. He took the bit between the teeth. Playing at fullback is responsible for Mark McClure's mark with a well set up kick. Now McClure lining up for Carlton's 14. The ball holding up. It makes that distance. So Carlton move a little further ahead. 14-12, 96. Richmond 11-4, 70. And Mark McClure kicks his first for the game.
Well, Don, Mark hasn't had much to do with this game up till now, but like any good player, he'll come into it eventually. You can't hold him down.
Well, he's done a lot of heavy work, strong work that's gone, I would say, unnoticed. But Carlton are playing now with that little bit of arrogance. There's now a 26-point difference in their favour, as we've got Madden and Stewart. Madden gets it yet down again. We see someone down there has obviously
Bradley.
caught one in the centre of the square. It's Bradley. As the ball will catch up with play, Meldrum picks that up. The ball's being shuffled out by Manton, who's just come onto the ground. Dool will take the ball over, and Carlton will gain composure on its half-back flank. 26 points the difference in favour of Carlton.
Well, Craig Bradley, the second knock he's had in this game as it comes back to the ground. It would be Ania trying to trap it. He finally does. Gets the handball over to James. Carlton defend with Road. Good play. Tommy Elvin streams out of the centre and sends it down the half-forward line. He's got Motley on his own, and Motley in front of Francis. Sending it down to full forward. McClure and Mark McClure getting away from McElwain. And the captain is starting to get his act together, Don.
Well, actually, you've got to pay credit where it's due. We just mentioned Bradley going down in the centre of the ground. He got up, he initiated the handball, went back into the pack at centre half-back, got a quick handball across to Elvin, and Elvin transferred the ball or initiated play, and we see the end result. Mark McClure taking a mark well within kicking range as he lines up for his second. And there it is, Carlton's 15, as Mark McClure kicks his second, and Carlton seem to be in control. They are 15-12, 102, a 32-point difference. Richmond 11-4, 70 at the 10-minute mark as Mark Williams goes off and Fraser Murphy coming on.
Well, the Blues 32 points up here now and starting to take control. Madden and Stewart as Roberts handballs it over his head, but it's the Carlton player Burke down to the centre half forward line. Fraser Murphy knocked over Francis. Motley gets the ball. Handball over to Elvin, and Elvin streams towards goal, but offline, and that will be 1 point. So takes Carlton on to 15-13, 103. Richmond 11-4, 70 at the 10-minute mark.
Well, Carlton now starting to run properly. Elvin playing on the half-forward flank. We saw him earlier come down the ground and kick a goal. That time he kicked a point, and they're starting to really run from the back line. We've seen Dool and both Elvin running deep into their forward line as Richmond kick out, and the mark to be taken by Bradley. A quick hand pass across to Blackwell. Blackwell dummies. Then across to Road. Road in turn going in long to the centre, into the square, and up high. Well marked, Richmond. Peter McCormack. And McCormack will relieve the pressure right in the full-back position. Carlton 33 points ahead as McCormack relieves pressure, going to the outer flank, up high. The ball punched down. Nobody really wanted that. Palm stuck his leg out, and Bradley got the free kick. And Craig Bradley has copped a few heavy knocks. We see his face bloodied. He'll have a sore nose tonight. Looking for options, but they're not coming. There's Madden. Has he drift? Well done, Justin Madden. Well done, Craig Bradley. And Craig Stewart, you cannot afford to go to sleep and let a player do what he just did.
Well, he left Michael Roberts one out with Justin Madden, Don, and that's...
well, that's just not on. You just can't afford to do that because Madden is a good mark. He hasn't taken too many today. Lines up. The Carlton 16th, his first. And he makes no mistake. And Carlton 16-13, 109. Richmond 11-4, 70. 12 minutes played in the last quarter at Princes Park.
Well, the Blues 39 points in front now, and looks like they've got control of this match. It took them 3 quarters to shake the Tigers off. The Tigers hung in there, but the Blues now getting on top in this last quarter. Stewart and Madden. Madden again, taken away by Waitman, down to the half-forward line. But Dorotich coming in, and all their players from interstate are starting to play well today. As Dorotich sends it down to the centre wing. Up the back is Bradley, but tucking in is Waitman. Can't control it. Elvin behind him. He handballs over to Landy. Has just come on. Landy handballs it over the top. Take the ball with you, son. As Smith misses it. Comes out to where Blackwell gets it. He doesn't know where to go. He's been tackled, but the umpire says play on. As Richmond then taken away by Palm. And Palm sends it to the forward line, having a shot with over the back of Roach and Dool, and goes through for 1 point, taking Richmond on 11-5-71. Carlton 16-13, 109.
Well, it's a much improved performance by Richmond. I know you've got to win football, but they can take heart. Their 2 previous performances left a lot to be desired. For 3 quarters, they're good. As Smith breaks away from centre half forward, hands kick long, and what's he done? A long overdue goal. Terry Smith kicks his first goal, and Richmond move a goal closer. Carlton 16-13, 109. Playing Richmond 12-5-77. And there has been 14 minutes played in the final quarter as Terry Smith kicks his first goal.
All right, well, back in the centre with the umpire and Stewart and Madden. No advantage there as the Carlton boys come down the forward line. Oh, Peter McCormick, a strong mark. And the ex-Collingwood fullback. Playing his second game for the Tigers to the centre of the ground. Justin Madden should have nearly taken that. Blackwell, Carlton seem to be backing up now better than the Tigers as Mark McClure swoops in onto the left foot mark, has a shot for goal, and he's put it through, and the Blues are now going right away, and that's Mark McClure's 3rd goal. And he's certainly coming into this game in the last quarter, Don.
Well, he's been moved to full forward. Kernahan was there in the 3rd quarter. They kicked it long and high. McClure has been moved up to that position, kicked 3 goals in that quarter, and really that was poetry in motion. The way he just swept it through the opponents, went onto his non-dominant foot, his unnatural foot, the left foot, and kicked truly for his 3rd goal. Carlton going further ahead, 115 playing 77 as a ruckman fly. No one brings it down, but Carlton get it out of the square. And a free kick, and that'll be taken by Blackwell. Blackwell looking for options up the ground, goes long, looking for McClure. And up he goes, but McCormick, a quick handball out to Roberts. Roberts clears desperately the out flank. Behind is Elvin. Landy in front, can't get the ball away. Players tackling strongly, and the umpire says, come in, give me the ball, and I'll bounce it.
Well, Robert Walls must have said a few words to Mark McClure at 3/4 time, but he's certainly going after the ball now and getting it. As Don was saying, he was going after the ball earlier, but wasn't getting it. And Wayne Blackwell will get a free kick.
Well, that's typical of what Carlton are doing now. They want the ball. You can see Blackwell over the top of it, and he's paying the free kicks. And the umpires have been consistent. And he goes long or short looking for Bradley, and Bradley's dropped down from the centre line position in which he's playing and has taken a mark in the forward pocket in front of the Robert Heatley stand. Carlton kicking home to its social club. And Bradley, well within kicking distance, has yet to kick a goal, is deliberating. A very good finisher is Craig Bradley. Very quick handball. He lines up for his first. The ball drifts right across the face of the goal in 1 point. So Carlton go a further point ahead. The score now being 17-14, 116. Richmond 12-5, 77.
Ball comes out. Elvin at the back. Taken away by Dean to McClure and McCormick. One out. In the back, I'd say no umpire. He says play on as Craig Bradley gets the ball. Chips it into McClure, and Mark McClure has taken another mark. Well, Don, they'd have to be happy with Craig Bradley, Carlton, on today's effort.
Well, he's come into the game, but it's easy to come into the game well when your team is playing well, and all the Carlton players are now playing well. McClure took an easy mark there. That was well shepherded by Shine. Shine knocked McCormack off balance just as McClure was about to take the mark. And McClure's coming in for his 4th goal. And he makes no mistake. And Carlton go another goal in front. McClure has really come into this game since being moved to full forward in this last quarter. He's kicked 4. And Carlton now 18-14, 121. Richmond 12-5, 77. And 18 minutes have been played in this last quarter. The football being brought to you by Pro Football.
Well, Mark McClure has joined Stephen Kernahan and Kenny, his teammates, and they've all kicked 4 goals each. And the best goal kicker for the Tigers has been Michael Roach with 3 and James with 2 as Madden gets the hit out. And the Blues streaming forward. Ashman, a little left foot shot, but coming in is Fraser Murphy. He can't trap it. Michael Roberts. It goes back to Fraser Murphy. Nearly a free kick there, but the umpires didn't see that. Play on. Oh, Fraser Murphy was a little bit unlucky then. And but the umpire was out of view of that, and I guess Carlton people have every reason to be a little bit disappointed with that, the free not being paid. As the Tigers send it back. Blackwell can't trap it, goes over the back. Bradley, and Bradley again, handballs it, and it's sent down by Rode. Over the top, it could roll through for 1 point, taking Carlton on to 18-15, 123. Richmond 12-5, 77, and 20 minutes being played here in the last quarter at Princes Park in the Pro Football game.
Well, Carlton have added 40 points in this quarter as McCormack drives the ball out to the outer flank, picked up by Carlton, sent high back towards McClure. McCormack behind, and no, the umpire said play on as Roberts defends desperately and hits the ball out of bounds, left forward pocket. Carlton kicking to the Robert Heatley stand.
Don, that should have been a free to McClure, do you feel?
Well, we're not in the right position to judge. As well done, Kernahan hits it over the back. Bradley running in, having a real purple patch in this last quarter. Picks the ball up. Good hands. Across to Dean. Dean has his handball smothered. Kernahan picks up across to Bradley. Bradley a high kick down to forward. Shine in front and takes a very good mark. They are... What is he doing now? Well, Fraser Murphy must have held the Richmond player out. Now Richmond play on quickly. Out to Lockman. Lockman defending around the outer flank. And coming in to meet the ball, Carlton. And Rowan Burke, who's played a solid game on the back flank, sees the ball out of bounds. Left half forward flank for Carlton.
Okay, ball thrown in. There's Manton and Kernahan. At the back is Landy. Landy hits it out to James. James punches the ball down on the ground. It's trapped there by Palm. As the Tigers through the agency of Egan. Egan back over to James. And Richmond not going anywhere at the moment. And he's going to pay a free kick to...
he was tackled when he didn't have the
James.
ball.
Okay, well, Stephen James sends it across to the centre of the ground. At the back is Stewart. Comes over to Dorotich. Taps it down to Motley. He's caught. The players go on as the ball comes down to the Tigers. Picked up by Johnny Anea. And Anea strolls in. But and the umpire's called it back, I think, Don.
He's called it back. We'll just have to wait on this. I think it's a Carlton free kick. At about the centre half back for position. And taking the kick will be...
Is it Paul Meldrum, Don?
Paul Meldrum. Played a very good game today, Meldrum, on the half-back flank. He, in turn, going long and high to centre-half forward. The big fellow's up, down in front is Motley. Butters up well. Rawlings gets the ball out. Smith ducks, turns, shows everybody the ball. Has his ball smothered well by Motley. Landy, another handball out. Oh, well done, McElwain. Well done, Tommy Elvin. Play scrappy. Dorotich coming through hard, stumbles. Picked up by Egan. Egan a handball across to Landy. Landy's come off interchange. Goes onto his left foot. And an easy kick. So he takes up Richmond's 13 goals. And that's Graham Landy's first goal. Carlton 18-15, 123. Richmond 13-5, 83.
Well, 40-point lead at the moment to Carlton. And coming into time on. Well, the Blues did all the hard work in this quarter and enabled them to take this game away from the Tigers. The ball's back in the centre, and it's Manton, but he hits it straight to his opponent, Madden. Down to the forward line. Kernahan in front. Blackwell over to Ashman. Rodney Ashman straightens up, but offline, and 1 point for the Blues.
Well, that was a bad miss by Ashman. Well set up there by Blackwell. And Ashman, an experienced player, running into an open goal with no pressure whatsoever, should have kicked that particular goal. McCormack relieving for Richmond. Going out long, up high, Kernahan, and takes a very, very good mark. Kernahan going into the pocket, and over the back, McClure can't bring it down. Picked up by Near, onto his left foot, changes direction of play. Looking out here for Poole, and Poole takes on the half-back flank, over to Roberts. Roberts, centre half, back. Oh, umpire. And the advantage will be played further down the ground. Take-Nick kick will be Dale Waitman. No, Philip Egan. Philip Egan wasting no time, going long and high again. Looking for Roach. Dool up there, punched away by Dool. Hits the ground, picked up by Burke. A solid performer on the half-back flank today. Back onto it is Dean, across to the running Robertson. A little chip out to Meldrum, getting away from his opponent. Another good performer today. Across to Bradley with a bloody nose. One bounce. Going into the forward pocket, looking for McClure. He runs, he dummies. Over the back comes McCormack. He appeals for the free. And the umpire says he won't have a bar of it. Players should be worrying more about the ball and appealing for the easy free, McClure. So the ball will be thrown in, left forward pocket, in front of the Robert Heatley stand. Kernahan. Manton. Kernahan takes an easy one. Well butted up by Lockman. Played a solid game as well and clears around the flank to be thrown in. Carlton's left half forward flank in front of the Hawthorn grandstand. Well,
Stephen Kernahan taking the ruck. He's had a good game. He's had 12 marks for the game, Kernahan, as the ball thrown in. Hits the ground and out of bounds. Ball thrown in again by the umpire. Kernahan and Manton. Kernahan in front, hit over the top. No one can get advantage of it. Egan flicks it over, taken by Blackwell. Blackwell's Carlton sent it down to the forward line, where it's punched away by Richmond. Coming through is, looks like Shine. McClure gets the hand pass out, trying to find his teammate, and he's found him out there in Robertson. Robinson hooks onto the left foot. McCormick and Motley, and McCormick will rush that through for a part behind. Well, they're coming up the time on, and Carlton 18-17, 125. Richmond 13-5, 83, and a 42-point advantage by the Blues as McCormick sends it out to centre of the ground. At the back, taking a strong mark there, Blackwell. No, he says play on as Craig Stewart kicks it up in the air. That'll bring a bit of rain as Tommy Elvin couldn't trap it. Coming out is Waitman. Waitman handballs it over to Philip Egan. Egan leads the loose man. He's got his options open, and John Anea runs in and strolls in for an easy goal to the Tigers.
Well, it's interesting in that build-up of play that all the players were up on the centre side or around the centre of the ground. There was only Roach and Dool, and when they broke away then, Richmond had a number of options and players were running into those spaces, and Anea ran in and kicked his first goal, all set up by the good play of Dale Waitman. So Richmond move a goal closer, although their position is hopeless at this stage with time on now being played. Carlton 18-17, 125. Richmond 14-5, 89. As we see Manton started at centre half, back on Kernahan to do the ruck work against Madden. Madden's played particularly well, especially in the hit-out department. There he is. He got up very high, Manton. I think he should play him more in the ruck. Dool in front of Roach. Been a good battle down there. I think the honours going Dool. Dean picks up, clears out around that flank. Looking up there for a Carlton teammate, but can't find him. Richmond come back onto the ball through Smith. Palm breaks away across to Egan. Egan in turn going long and high, looking for Roach. Dool in front and over the back. James can't get it. Buttering up well there is Burke, a solid half-back flank to the running Dool. Dool going out to the flank. Meldrum in front, another good performer today. Twists, turns, gets away from his Carlton play. He's playing confidently. coming back to Blackwell. Blackwell chips the ball across to Shane Robertson. Robertson quickly moves it further down the ground, looking for Kenny. Can't pick it up, butters up well. Young Smith in there for Richmond. McElwain. And McElwain will get the free and relief for Richmond on its half-back flank.
Well, down to that goes to Manton, and Manton sends it up to the Richmond half-forward line, where it's been taken by Palm. Palm gets clear, has a shot for goal, and I think he's kicked it straight through for another goal to the Tigers. Well, the Blues have eased the pressure off just slightly in the last 5 minutes, and Richmond have got 2 very easy goals, and I'm sure Robert Walls wouldn't be too pleased about that. But it's still giving them an advantage of 30 points. 18-17, 125 Carlton. Richmond 15-5, 95 here at Princes Park in the pro football game of the day. Back with the umpires. He sends it in the air, and Madden gets the hit out. Taken away by Egan. Elvin slips over at the wrong time, and players are all jumping on top of one another. Graham Landy, and he will take the ball. Well, good performance, Carlton, Don.
It has been a good performance, especially in this last quarter. Richmond are right with them as Manton gets the hit out. Oh, well, that's fair enough. They paid the perfect tackle, and that'll be against Smith. It'll be taken by Carlton as they go forward. Looking there for Kernahan, has the ball knocked away. Oh, Barry Rawlings raised the elbow, gets it across to McElwain. He, in turns, clears to the centre wing, and Dorotich lets the ball go over the boundary line on Richmond's left half forward flank. Richmond kicking to the scoreboard end. A lot of interest gone out of the game now. 30-point margin in favour of Carlton. Time on, 30-minute mark last quarter. Madden up high, Carlton knock it down. Strong tackle by Dorotich. Ball paddled out, Dorotich fires up well. Looking further down the ground. A left foot in towards centre half forward, coming out to meet it, Lockman. Punches the ball forward. Bradley, a really conspicuous player in the last quarter. Blasts away at goal, and he hasn't even made the point post. The ball to be brought in by Richmond in Carlton's right forward pocket.
Peter Francis sending the ball to the half-back line. Justin Madden throws across, but Tapool couldn't hold it. Elvin comes in, now Bradley to Blackwell. He's got the loose man now. He gets it over to McClure. McClure gets away from McCormick, but he can't get a clear kick as Michael Roberts comes in, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds, with Fraser Murphy chasing him over that line and in front of the Carlton Social Club. Now the umpire throwing the ball in. It's Kernahan. And there's the siren. Final scores in the pro football game of the day. Carlton 18-17, 125, defeated Richmond 15-5, 95.
So Carlton getting away to a great start in the final quarter, and despite the Tigers booting 3 goals in almost as many minutes in that final term, the Blues still too good and running out solid victors. Main goal kickers for Carlton, Kernahan, McClure and Kenny all contributed 4 goals apiece, while Michael Roach was the Tigers' top scorer with 3 goals. Next week, the Blues tackle St Kilda, whereas Richmond will take on Hawthorn, and that should be a most important game for both sides. Both of those games still to come your way on Pro Football.